Shine with me. Who's ready for some sunshine? Awesome. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning motivation time. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Mark Saint. I'm a human being on this planet with you, learning about all my flaws, going live on my world journeys. Sometimes I'm in Las Vegas, sometimes I'm in Thailand, and sometimes I'm in my mind. And this morning is no different. Got to get my mind right, got to get it tight and tighten it up. And today we're talking about revamp. Yep. I'm on a revamp. I'm revamping myself. And anybody that's interested in that's got Saints addiction just like me. So if I'm gonna be addicted to my wants and needs, right? If I just all about my own desires and wants, then I would have to change the inevitable, right? Like change is the only constant. I would have to change something in me if I want something to change. I felt something inside of my life where I was like, I've always did things a certain way. This my way or the highway situation wasn't exactly compromising. And if I was going to argue with myself, I wouldn't exactly give myself a, what's the word that I hate? What are those things called? An ultimatum, right? And I wanted some freedom. And the freedom that I get to experience while I'm traveling or doing my lives or being in my mind or enough time to process any of my emotions or any of my life or be able to sort these things out in my mind. I also had the opportunity to not only get out of depression and love my life again, but also face a revamp of myself this time around. It's like every time I come back from world traveling, I'm a different person, and I had to learn some kind of lesson. I've had to level up, right? We're talking about leveling up. So in this idea was this listening to understand. This is a big phenomenal thing that's been changing me, but I'm listening to understand. I'm genuinely, as if I was studying with my notepad. Listening to understand has been something that this isn't something that I got out of a book or something I've been reading or on a podcast or something like that. No. This is something that I already know my own answers, right? And if people want to be understood, right? People want to be listened to. If it's a craving of some sort, like if you want cats on shirts or if you want dogs on shirts, I'll print you both. People want understanding and listening. They want to be understood or at least listened to or at least validated. I mean, I find like I'm talking like myself, like that guy that I watch on the thing, or at least validate your emotions, right? You know, but in all honesty, there's so many different variations of emotions. Some is like praise. I was talking about praise and gold stars and positive reinforcement, but I kept saying reinforcement and this force. And they were talking about toxic positivity and always having to be positive even when you're not. In my world, right? And this is just a worldview, world traveler on my hands, on my heart from the start. I'm swearing in on this that um, this Jim Carrey said it best, bro. Yeah, I believe in depression. I also believe in exercise, breathing, talking with friends. You know the whole bit. Oh shit! Here comes my show. They're doing construction. Always construction in Thailand, yeah. Always construction in Thailand, yeah. Always something. I don't know. But they've been watching me. My other little bit of this one was to lead with love, trying to work on being more gentler as I'm revamping myself. I don't have to be an angsty motherfucking teenager anymore. I don't have to battle the world for all the problems. Not every fight is my fight to have. And matter of fact, every time I get into a fight, I lose my chi or I lose my energy or someone gets hurt or something bleeds or, it's I call it the Hulk smash. Like something goes wrong and I don't want to go wrong anymore. I want to go right. I want to go right, and all of us can go right in life. I really, really believe that. I believe everyone has a choice of how they live or how they process or again, yesterday, the belief systems. All of us are choosing the location we live in, the people we hang out with, and our attitude. I'm a firm believer of this, right? Yeah, Ty. Can you hear it? This is the there's a truck with a big speaker in the back always talking about Thai fights. I think I want to go again. Those things are sick. If you want to see it, I think I did one about 2 weeks ago or something. It was fucking pretty dope. Dude actually kicked the dude in the head. I actually saw spray come off of his head. I mean, some people can't handle violence, but here, we're talking about real life, and in our real life, all of us have our beliefs, and all of us have red flags. And this day, I was like, okay, I'm gonna revamp myself. What if I had this approach? Because my ego wanted to say, no, fuck that, find somebody else. You can find somebody else. She's not meant for you. God forbid you work on your flaws or anything at all, and maybe just maybe she has some validity on calling me out on having conditional love. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, bitch, I'm exposed, bro. I'm exposed. My daddy taught me conditional love, and that if you didn't do no fucking gold stars, you're not getting no attention. And you know what I mean? And everybody got daddy issues or mommy issues or some kind of motherfucking issue. Get your tissue, right? But not just be such a dick about like get your tissue, but like being a little more sensitive about it and just letting it out because that's how they process. I started seeing it like, more like a tea kettle or a steam kettle or something like that, where you would just decompress, man. Where you would literally let it all out and just let it all out of your system. And aren't we all trying to get calm CBDs? Aren't we all trying to feel bomb, awesome inside? Aren't we all trying to get a little more zen and less hectic? And the time that we start fighting with people, we lose our zen, we give away our peace, and we try so hard to seek it. It's almost like when you're drinking and you're giving away your money to the bar, you try so hard to earn the money and then you just hand it away so frivolously and so recklessly. And I think all of us have reckless behavior, and including me. And I have to call myself out on that shit, calling myself out on, no, Mark, you can't light a. I was talking about it this morning. No, Mark, you can't light a blunt in in the empty movie theater. I was on a good one. I wanted to watch Star Wars, and I was with my buddy, and I was like, wouldn't it be dope to smoke a blunt with this starting? We got kicked out, but I got my refund, and I pulled some Jedi shit, and we luckily didn't get arrested, right? Getting away with shit, being in like Beckham. I don't have to be so smirky. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna put in here, keep it clean instead of doing right and wrong. You know when you're doing dirty. You know what I'm saying? You know when you steal. You know when you lie. You know when you cheat. You know when you fake it. You know when you make it. Okay, so it's keep it clean. Clean wins. Clean shots. If you're in boxing, clean shots to the head, clean shots to the body. That's how they sound. When they're talking. Another clean right. Another clean right. You know what I mean? And just all clean shots. Keep it clean. As they say in boxing, keep it clean, No headbutts, no bullshit. When you're pulling bullshit. I've been trying to keep the diet clean, trying to stay lean, mean, fighting machine. This is the leanest I've been in years, so I'm trying to keep it on that journey. Just swallowing water, just talking about it makes me want to swallow some water, and no alcohol, no partying, steady sleep. Trying to find that frisbee. My friend just hit me up today from Germany. Him and his friend love frisbee so much that they went and ordered some, and they went to this festival, something called like Fly Over the Moon or something, the German festival, and they printed the logo on the frisbee. Mind you, this is the Thunderbird glide. This has been around since 2009, but they put the sticker right here. It's so dope. I want to put Saints Addiction on here, the Saints Anarchy right here, bam, and 1,000 of them, and give them away for people's mental health. It brings me so much joy to help people get exercise and go outside and look at the weather and not want to be in front of a computer, and how freeing it feels. And it's like literally some of the best mental freedom you'll have. You know what I mean? Like, when's the last time you had peace in your mind? And how peace is priceless. Safety is priceless. All of us have to be safe, and all of us need shelter, and all of us need love, and all of us need kindness. And I got to exhibit that. Not that I'm Jesus, but I have lead with love, almost like show them love. Can we put show them love again? No, lead with love. Start with that connecting before criticizing. Try to understand people, get curious. What was it? What are you gonna do? Get curious. Hold tight, hold tight. Hold up and tight. Sure, I want to know this one. It's not that one. 50 pages. Hold tight, hold tight. Yes. Oh, nothing get wet or what? Okay. Curious over critical. Amen. Curious over critical. That's going to be a tough one too. Because I think it's so easy to be critical and we forget ourselves, forget our mistakes that we make. We want to hold somebody to the flame. We want to put their fucking feet to the fire. I know my family, especially when you're surrounded by narcissists, they don't mind you bleeding on the cross for something so insignificant, yeah, let's put down the cross, bro. Put down the cross. Yeah, put down the cross because we all have such a heavy burden. Everybody has so much struggle and strife, and times you had nothing, and things hurt really bad, and things aren't as friendly as they could be or should be. And unfortunately, we have not always been at our fittest, and especially our mental fittest. And that's the approach I wanted, man. I wanted to be like nicer to my mom, especially when she has her mental snippy snaps. I wanted to be there for her instead of being hard on her. Um, what was say, I can't say soft over hard. Oh shit, something's going on. I don't want to say soft over hard, but maybe let's say be gentle. I said unworking. That's Thai style for you. Real loud noises and then gone. Um, gentler approach. I can say that out loud and actually do it. A gentler approach, you know. Not everything is a fucking full-on Super Bowl. Not everything's. I feel like I'm one of these boxers that doesn't know how to spar properly. Right? It's just sparring, light sparring. They keep saying the word light, but they go full speed and they hit people in the head, and it was like not meant to be that way. Anybody? Do you know what I mean or no? So yeah, I've been like so in survival mode that all my punches are knockout punches. All the way I talk is intense. Man, I just got out of jail, and someone's like, "Bro, take it easy. We're on a beach. You're talking about prison and homelessness and how it's hard out here for a pimp and um, uh, what is it? What is it? Enjoy your life. Just being in enjoyment, being in some sort of harmony where I don't have to exist out of the norm or self harm or hurt anyone or be in any kind of fight. So I want to be in harmony with everyone, and in myself included, right? Like that would be preferred because when I'm in harmony, I'm arguing less. I don't find the necessity to be heard. I'm listening more, right? You know what I mean? I'm more attentive. And that goes right back into just being centered and finding my chi and staying fasting and staying away from alcohol and drugs. I don't need those things. I think I'm inspiring some of my friends. No shit. They tell me, they're like, dude, look at the weight you're losing. And it's just like, yeah, bro, your boy Saint is on a mission. I don't know what just happened, but if I can pull it off, you know what I'm saying? And I will control myself, get away from the sugar urges, do the sit ups. I'm gonna get down like to 180. It's like 192. See if I can get 180, 10 more pounds, and then I don't know. I don't want to stop fasting. I think my body will tell me when I need to eat in the morning. And I love shakes and no sugar added, and I love working out. I love weights, shakes and weights, baby, shakes and weights. We want to fucking flex in this life. We want to bring out the best in our lives, and that's not going to change in me. But my approach with other people will. I don't have to be so necessarily anarchy, all in their face. Ah, ha, 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 I'll do what I want. That shit don't fly at the borders in Cambodia. That shit don't fly in the prisons in South Korea. No means no sometimes. And I just constantly break boundaries. Like, I guess the other day I was doing the 7-Eleven and I went to, how much does this cost? And the guy had his hands full, so I just scanned it myself. And she was like, oh my God, you can't be doing that. Da, 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 da. And I was like, what's wrong with that? And I was like, I'm not stealing. You know what I mean? They're like, I'm so presumptuous. You're so bold. You take too much action. You're too bad boy. You got a big beard. You got too much muscles. You know, you're reckless. Some people don't like you. Remember, I'm like not trying to get everybody to like me. I give up my happiness being tied to someone else. And honestly, the moment you try to tie your happiness to someone is the moment that you can't self-generate it. Remember, rich is realizing I create happiness. I create happiness for myself with free fun and friends. And I looked at all the things in life. I was like, what are the things that bring me the greatest joy? Seeing people I haven't seen in a long time. Shout out to Pedro Salas. Haven't seen him since Mallorca, and here we are on the other side of the world seeing each other again, back at it like a crack addict. You know what I mean? Back in Koh Chang, everybody smiling, hugging. Everybody knows each other. He's a fucking living legend. And to just be years of years of going from Spain to Mallorca and just smoke joints and chill and paddleboard and just be fucking cool. So, everybody wishes that they had a life like that. Everybody wishes that they were skinny in their 60s. Everybody wishes that they were happy in their life. And that's what I'm trying to self generate here. Not only do I love my life, but I want to enjoy my life. And I want you to enjoy your life too. Being an ambassador for some kind of enjoyment in this world, being a light. That's what saints do. We light up the world. So, like, taking more of myself out of it. Let's say kill your ego. Kill your ego. So much of me wanted to jump out of me, right, and say, "You should apologize. You should be sorry. You should feel bad. I need to punish you." Something to this effect. Okay. Turning off the negative reinforcement. The taser, if you will. Like you would tase a dog almost. Like, you didn't do the action I asked you. You didn't do the action I asked you. And I was like, first of all, I don't have a controller on people. Second of all, why are you causing harm on people like that? Why are you treating people with so much pain? And why are you getting off on it? You know what I mean? Your masochistic side. I think everybody has a little BDSM or sadomasochism in us, right? Like, I mean, everybody's probably taken a magnet to an insect and burnt it, right? Especially with all these ants here. But anyway, yeah, so we do these things, and we might not know that we do them self-consciously or subconsciously. And when we're in our own mind, we might realize fears that are unperceived, or perceived fears that are unreal, or just trick ourselves out. And when I was trying to trick myself in, was like, there's so many paths here. It's like chess. It's like, do you want to go all out and win, or do you want to play smart and slow and in game? You know what I mean? There's so many approaches to life, and each day you're making those choices and those moves. Every day is a new move on the chessboard of life. So I was just looking at it and I was like, why can't I just listen? Why do I have to get defensive? You know? No offense or defense. Here comes the boys. The boys are back in town. Let's bless up. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep doing my research. Uh, be a sounding board. That means if anybody wants to load off, they can. And then I make a mental decision to allow that, to be a sounding board for someone to tell me anything and not get bent out of shape, not get mad about it, not, oh man, the boys are back in town. You got it, bro. You got it. Back it up proper. Back it up proper. Yeah, I'm watching the shit. Oh, there you go. So, you know, when I'm trying to elevate life and rub elbows with elevated people or people that can move around the globe and do business around the world, like Rome, and I feel international. I feel like Marco Polo, that you go to Hong Kong and talk about Hong Kong, or that you can go to Rome. I've never been to Rome. This is a thing that might be a whole trip and a spin on me too. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna enjoy life. We're gonna kill ego. We're gonna be listeners. We don't have to interject. I'm not a child anymore. A grown ass man. I can be patient. Oh shit. Uh, what is it? Safety is priceless. Not a child anymore. Time to grow up. I don't have to interject. I don't have to have my side heard. Not everything has to be a fucking debate. I don't have to exhaust people. I should inflate over deflate. You should have a notepad too. You know, inspire before you expire. Make it happen, Captain. Is this tough subjects because it's like you have to really self-reflect, and you really have to ask yourself what kind of approach you want to take. A lot of me used to just bring that aggression and fight fire with fire, and now I'm gonna put a flower in the gun, and a flower in the gun, flower, yeah, gun, flower in the gun. Choose peace. You know, I have a peace over right shirt. I'm gonna write that down too. Peace over right. What's wrong with being heard? Why is it so important that I have to be heard? Why is it not important that the other person gets understood? And reach for common ground. Try to find that understanding with those people. Try to get a better common ground, because it's hard to communicate. It's hard to open up your mouth and say, "This is what I'm trying to get from you," and then ask in return, "What are you trying to get from me?" So I'm in the belief that my new belief system, right, is to have a different approach. If I want different outcomes, if I'm constantly going from woman to woman, or never facing my dark side, or never taking any criticism, then I'd be a narcissist. And then we'd be like, okay, I can be criticized. Okay, I hear you. You're right. That is conditional love. I gotta love you unconditionally and let you be free and let you do what you please, and live the life that you want to live. And that's a blessing in itself. And to always trust. Oh man, build trust. Build trust slowly, little by little, adding trust into the relationship, letting people be at what emotional level they need to be at. Stop being a drill sergeant. It's not a football fucking game. It's life, and we're supposed to be enjoying it. And I'm no fun to be around when I'm intense, and that's criticism. So, you know, um, I got to stop being a killjoy my damn self, and I got to be a better coach. We talked about this when I lost my child. I just have to be a better coach, man. I'm not getting the results that I want from my teammates and my life. So I'm on the way of understanding these things. I'm on the way of being a better man, and to chin check myself and my red flags and see what I can change about myself. And I came to the realization that I'm revamping myself, man. I'm taking a new approach. I'm not running away from love. I'm not being so black and white like my father, and things are got to be this way or that way. And if you're not this way, then you're not in my circle, and you're not one of mine, and you're disowned, and you're out of the circle, and you're not even a photo on the fucking fridge wall, even though, anyway. That kind of behavior can be stopped by me. If I'm choosing my mood, I can choose my behaviors too. And while I'm controlling my diet, I can control my mind. I mean, control my body. I then can control my mind, and then hopefully control my soul. And that's where the anarchy lies. So, when I stop self-sabotaging, when I stop any seven deadly sins, gluttony, envy, vanity, right? Is the minute that I can accelerate. Stop choking off my pipe. Stop squeezing my own garden hose off. It's like a pinch in the garden hose. You're trying to put too much pressure into it, and it can't squirt out anymore. You almost like cut off the pressure with too much pressure. And that's just physics, but it's also life. And I'm learning that in my life, you know what I mean? That I don't have to be so forceful. My stepdad's been telling me since I threw the fucking log through the back of his truck. Boom, hit it. It smashed up against the back of the fucking truck, bro. And bust out the back, and he was like, too much force. And I was just been throwing these logs all day, just throwing these logs down the hill as far as I can, because the further I can and the harder I can, the further it'll tumble and go down the hill, the less I have to carry it, right? Like, these are big ass logs. We cut them into sections, like big ass fucking logs, bro. Like, maybe that big and shit. Anyway, my point is, I'm chucking him, and I broke out the back of his truck window, and he was so pissed, bro. Oh my god, I'll never forget. Anyway, and I was just like, I've been hustling all day. And when you're that intense, when you're a bull in a china shop, something's bound to get broke. And I have to recognize that my energy is the same. That if I'm going to be that intense on people and that forceful on people and break the back of the window, then I know what to expect, right? Like, you know what I mean? I've already kind of done this math. I've already done this, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and now I own shirt in an hour, and I never wear a shirt. So it's hot here in Thailand. I reflect on how good I have it, but I also check in myself. This is part of the healing journey, is to self-reflect and go, okay, what, you know, don't be so triggered. Don't be so triggered. Tame the beast, bro. There's a beast inside me that still maybe lives too long in prison, and maybe has been living alone for too long, or maybe too jungle boy, or too hard, or too football, or life maybe too much chess, too much mental chess. Life doesn't have to be like that. Life has to be more like flow. And I hate to be all spiritual with y'all, but we know how water flows, and we know how force goes, and we know pressure, and we know drowning, and we know hydration, and we know spirituality. We know some things inside of us, inside these trees, inside this sunshine, inside this air, inside that ocean over there. So I highly encourage you to go outside, get a frisbee, play with your friends. Go out there, get your Thunderbird glide. I highly recommend this word, glide, and start to glide in life. Yeah, glide, glide, glide your mind, glide your mind. Yes, gentler thoughts. I've been pushing my whole life, and it's time to not be so forceful and be more patient. Take more deep breaths, not be so aggressive. That was for me in my 20s and 30s. I'm now in my 40s. I'm going to be 44 next month, God willing. And I hope to see you the other side of the world, maybe Rome for my birthday, the Colosseum. We're going to put a blessing out there and manifest. Manifest my future love, manifest my future life, manifest my future trip, manifest for my friends, manifest for my family, manifest for the world. It's a blessing. So remember to count your blessings. No stressings. Maybe bust out your own belief systems list, red flag list, and today's the revamp list. And be not afraid to try a new approach. You've already been doing it a certain way for a certain amount of time, and what kind of results have you got? There's certain results. So nothing changes, nothing changes. And I want some change. So, you know what I'm saying? Not that kind of change. So, well, real change. So, the only change we're accepting around here is change behavior. And that's this morning's motivation. If you got anything out of this motivation, do like, share, and subscribe below. That's the show. I got to get back to my life. I got to get back to this list. I really want to get done with my personal work, and that goes off of this. Boom, baby, boom. I'll see you on the other side. See you. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side. Send you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of fear, the other side of the world, the other side of your excuses.